Hope y'all are doing amazing today. Monday, we have no school today because of Easter Monday and it being Easter break. So we're getting back to some concrete work here in St. Louis. So my last stream that I did, if you weren't following along, is I out these. So basically, we're doing a whole lot of work to the patio, porch, or to be more specific. And a while ago we had a bunch of railings here, took them out. Contractors put in some all-purpose concrete in here and really failed. It started to crack. It started actually, the one that was over here just fully came out. So, I really like concrete work, so I was like, I'm just gonna go take my hands on this and do a little project here. So, I took these out here last time. I filled those ones in quite a while ago. So I filled these ones in here now. I forgot to live that one, that was my bad, but I filled all these ones in now. And then also, there's this one here too. There was this chunk of concrete that actually chipped off and fell off. You can see where it was, and I actually patched this up here with concrete as well. So this is all brand new. Looks pretty good. Doesn't look the best, but it's my first time really ever doing this. So if you all saw, then it chipped off. There's nothing here. It's didn't look great, so I thought I'm just gonna patch this up too. So I patched this up all the way up to here. And now that we got all of these holes from where the railings are now filled in, by the end of the summer, we're actually going to stain the concrete, which is basically like painting the concrete. And we're gonna do it the same exact color as this. So whenever I was taking out some of the extra concrete here, I got a little piece of this concrete here, so we can match the same exact color of this concrete to get more of that same exact color. And we're gonna paint the whole entire porch. Main reason that we're doing it is just to basically make the porch here look like it's not new from over here. Basically make the porch look like it's not a new porch and it's an existing one. So we're gonna stain it the same color, and we'll cover up all this here, and all of the concrete here and these cracks here that we filled in. It will all be the same color as this. So in order to stain it, we want to get a nice and smooth patio. Now with all these bumps here. Hey, what's up, bro? What's up? And so I already sanded this down. This is a little rough, so I sanded it down here, got it smooth. Same with the steps here, so we can paint it. But there are still some areas right up here that I didn't do, and around here that we're gonna do. And what's up, Jesus? What's up? It's random. Anyways, and then we're going to paint this here. Whole entire porch will get sanded down. So I got my safety glasses here, and so yeah, we're gonna get back to work. I already did some of it, but we basically just want to make this here look really the same as here. So it looks nice and it's smooth, so that the paint will actually stick to the concrete when we're done here, so we won't have a whole entire failed project. So I got a hammer, and if you just hit the rock, it will just basically explode, go away. And then screwdriver here, uses a chisel, and then I have a bunch of metal brushes, like a bunch of these smaller metal brushes, and then I got this big metal brush too, and then this to get some of the dust away. And then there's also this softer of the smaller brush too to get the dust away. So that's what we're gonna go ahead and work on right now. Get really the whole entire porch. Eventually, I don't know if we'll do it today, but probably not today. We'll get all the porch smooth, but eventually we will. That'll be the hope. And yeah, so let's get to this here. nice out here, St. Louis. Alright. Alright, so here we go. And also, so if I'm over here, I'm fine. If I'm in the solid center of the concrete, I'm fine. But if you get your hammer and you hit this concrete too hard when you're right here on the edge, it could break off. So, you know, you can hit hard here, not too hard, obviously, but once you get to the sides, don't whack it super hard because it could crack off. Just do it lightly. Also, the side of the hammer sometimes works a little bit as well. How far out this is getting here. There. Not terrible. If you're trying to do this, wear safety glasses. A lot of times they're gonna break. The little rocks here they're gonna break, where you're gonna get that dust and some clumps in your eyes. That sucks. See, whenever I put this crack sealing material on it, it kind of covered up some of the bumps here, so I'm like kind of having a little bit of a it's kind of difficult to, you know, get it all off because it's stuck in there kind of. All right, so and you don't want to make it extremely smooth. Like, you feel it, you know, it's gonna not be super smooth. You still want it to be a little rough, just so that you can have traction to it. But if you got super, you know, just super rough with these rocks, it's not the staining. It's not gonna stick to the concrete material, or at least as well. So, and also it's gonna look different because if you look at these rocks, they're all like brownish, but then the actual concrete color. So then all these rocks, it'll just look pretty. So, hey, what's up? So, all right, let's get back to it. And by the way, I am using a roll of duct tape to hold my phone up. That is. Can you sand it down? Yeah, I can. So, I can sand it down. I actually have some sanding paper right there, and then so sanding the concrete, it kind of works, but it's not going to get all the way down into your sanding paper. It's just going to pretty much be, you know, not sanding anymore. So like I'll show you here. So I thought of that too. I was like, so I got a bunch of sanding paper for this, and so like I get they all stick to each other. So they all stick to each other. So I get fresh sanding paper, and then I sand it. It's going a rough spot, like right up here. So it's pretty loud. And you'll see it works, sort of, but so this is where you sanded it. It's smoother, but that rocky material is still there. And then the sanding paper, it's super smooth. It really just grinds it down. So like we'll go right here. And then see how the sanding paper, it's super smooth. So now if I try to sand it with this same side, it's really not going to do anything. So you can see the color is a little brighter, but it's not really making it too smoother. So that's a really great question, because that's why I was like, I bought all of these we got, and then we got a bunch more stuff, and then it just didn't really work out how I thought. So before I got the sanding paper, I was just doing it this way with the hammer, which works pretty well. But you know, this way is working a bit better. Yeah, it's gonna take a whole lot longer, but and one thing also that I was doing is I was, it's like right here, I was chiseling it. Oh, sorry there. So I was chiseling all these little pieces off here, and I mean, that took me, I tried it right up here, and it took me about an hour to get maybe a 5-inch square done. So if you just hit it with a hammer, it's really gonna do the same exact thing. It actually might even do better, but there's gonna be hard ones that are, you know, you hit it as hard as you want with the hammer, it's just not gonna come out. So then you're gonna have to get the chisel, and it should come out. But yeah, if y'all have any questions, feel free to, you know, let me know. It's been trying this for a while, and you know, I guess it's really my first, you know, time doing, you know, I've done concrete work, but this is something a little different. So, and staining concrete is gonna be kind of different too. I've also learned, if you want to put some new concrete down here, go put some tape, or especially when you're staining it. It's like when you stain it, you do not want to get any of that stain paint basically on your house's brick. So use tape. Just use tape, because it's not gonna come off, and it won't look as great. So I'll kind of show you right up here. So with this crack film stuff, I was trying to patch it in right here, and me just being like, oh, I'm not gonna put any tape right here. You can see how it's all stuck to the brick, and it was all the way up here. And I was able to get some of it out, but I was working for probably almost 30 minutes just getting this out, and I didn't want to damage this. So just use tape. You peel it off. Not only is it satisfying, but you're also not gonna get you know, this, you know, stain or whatever you're using all over the place. Like, this was not used with tape. This was used with tape. See how it's much smaller? It's really your pain, but especially when you're doing it on like brick, just use like masking tape. That will work. All right, so I think I like it kind of how it is here now. Maybe a little bit more over here. So also like when somebody's gonna go and break the patching work. All right, I think that's pretty good. And then these edges will get later. All right. So now I got a soft, that is not a soft brush, that kind of, this is the soft brush. All right. Glasses off here. This is a soft brush. Hi, what's up? Let me see if I can read this. Hey, how's it going? Right. Yeah, so I just put my hand down here, saw dust like crazy, so before I sand it down, just gonna brush this off here. Now, I'm just gonna go like this here, because if I go like this here, I don't know if you can see it, but I definitely can see that there is a whole lot of dust that's coming off of this. It's a wasp. Don't sting me. Don't sting me, wasp. We'll use a friendly wasp, even though I don't think friendly wasps are really a thing. So you don't get all the dust off, but it's pretty good. So now, put this back in my tape roll. And we're, oh, that was a horrible voice crack. Anyways, and I can use this big one here. I guess I'll just use this big one. And I'm gonna use this smaller one here. My neighbor's dog's bark, which means there's somebody walking by or somebody walking by. All right. And if you hold it down like this, it's really going to sand off a lot more of that concrete than if you're just going like this. Still work, but not as good. So we're pretty good now, but see, I don't want to get the big one and sand this here because I don't want to ruin the patch. So I'll get the smaller one. I think the smaller one might actually work a little bit better, even though I don't know. And there have been times where I'm just holding it like this, and it snaps off, and I scratch my finger up and it starts bleeding. Hurts pretty bad, but I mean, kind of asking for it. And might say, well, why don't you just wear gloves? The reason I don't wear gloves is because real men, they don't wear gloves. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking. I would wear gloves. As a matter of fact, when I'm actually doing lawn care, I always wear gloves. I will never do lawn care without wearing gloves. Bro, I'm recording your brother in your living room. Don't have a brother. What's yeah? Let's see what else. Chad is here. Hello, what's up, everybody? Alright, back to here. But no, so like I was saying, the reason I don't wear gloves is, again, lawn care. When I'm mowing lawns, I always wear gloves. Rick and Lee's always wear gloves, but I don't like wearing gloves when I'm doing concrete work because a lot of times, you know, when you're doing concrete work, you're dealing with these super small tools, right? And when doing lawn care, you're really not usually dealing with these super small tools. So my hands are like kind of more free, and I can move my hands around a little bit more. And then also, if I'm actually pouring the concrete, putting the concrete down, you know, some of the times I'm gonna need to get my thumb or my finger and smooth it out. But with the gloves, I just don't want to ruin the gloves. So, you know, some people will wear gloves, but I just don't really like to wear gloves because it's easier for me to, you know, actually do stuff, I feel like. But I don't know. That's my personal opinion. And there's a little spider. Hey, spider. Can you move? Thank you. Jeez, I don't know why everybody's wanting to come here. I guess they all want to be famous. Got wasp came up here. I got spiders. So we'll grab my soft brush and oh yeah, a lot of dust coming off there. All right, I'll move this back. Right there. Camera keeps falling down. Well, it is actually pretty hot out here. All right. I guess I can't be complaining though. You know what? I'm actually gonna run the smaller brush on this. Smoother brush here. Still going on the face. Alright. And then we'll flip the camera around to the other side. I'll just move it back a little bit. I guess we can do that too. Oh. Get a good view of that there, hopefully. See if we can move the sight like there. Alright. That's on here, and then go to like right here. Here's smooth, but then it gets a little rougher, so then we'll get to probably like right here. And then we'll move up to around here, and then we'll go up there. Sorry about that, y'all. We're back. Like every time I'm trying to do this, I'll just shoot it at him. Alright, sorry about that. The phone overheated. I feel like every single time I'm trying to do this, something goes wrong. But we're back. Sorry. So the phone overheated, and should be back. That sucked. We had a lot of people on here. Alright, anyways, well, sorry about that. I got the fan out here now just in case we need to use it again. So yeah, we'll get back to this here. I think the stream, I think it's fine. Alright, well, we'll get back to this. I might just have the fan going on the phone at a low setting. Should probably be that. Might be hard to hear me if I do that. Alright, so the plan probably here is going to be every once in a while, every 5 minutes or something, I'll go and turn the fan on for a little bit so that the phone doesn't overheat. So, alright, well, we're back, and the stream's still going on, so, alright, well, let's get back to this. Jeez. It's like, I just want a live stream. Can I please just stream for once? Well, actually, let me go back to where I was before the phone actually went down. So, sometimes when you're doing what I'm doing, you'll have a problem to where you're hitting concrete too hard, and then you'll get a little chip like you get right here. I'll take my glasses, you can see. Get a little chip right here. So, that right there, we're going to patch up, and there's actually that. I probably didn't say that, but probably did do that. We don't need to do it, but I'm going to patch that stuff up in just a second. But, I mean, it's really not even noticeable, but water will stand in there, so. Oh, wrong tool. Wrong tool, alright. Ooh. Oh, good thing, actually. Let's go look at this here. Wow, okay, it's a bit of a tough one. It's really hot out here. If somebody in chat could say if they can hear me or not, because I have to have the fan going so the phone doesn't overheat. So I'll just talk loud. Alright, so we're going to get it sand down a little bit more here.